Redo You, the podcast that teaches you tools and strategies so you can build the confidence to rediscover and reinvent yourself. With me, Emma Hull, your favorite life coach. Each week, I'll introduce a concept that you can implement right away so you can live your most authentic life. Let's get started. Just because you can help people doesn't necessarily mean that they want your help. Oftentimes, this is something that comes up with friends and especially with families. You can see someone is heading down a path where you know that this is going to turn out bad, and you have been there before yourself, and you know what they should do to avoid the catastrophe that is sure to befall them. But they won't listen to you. They don't want your help. And you need to be able to let that go. Accept the fact that they want to learn for themselves. Just because you do know better, you've been there, you've learned the hard way, you've made the mistakes, you have those regrets, it doesn't mean that your friend or your family member wants to learn from your mistakes. They want to learn from their own mistakes, just like you do. And so you need to learn to be able to let it go, to lovingly be there for them, to support them, but also to let go of attachment, to let go of judgment, and let them figure it out for themselves. And often this is the hardest thing to do, because you can see what they should be doing, what actions they could take that will have different consequences. But you end up jeopardizing the relationship because that's not what they want. When someone is in a situation, you're chatting to a friend or a family member about something that's going on in their life, instead of jumping right in there in rescue mode, telling them all the things that they should do, stop and ask them, what are you looking for here? Would you like my advice and input? Or are you looking for a space to vent? And then listen to their answer and respect that. Let them speak. Let them finish telling everything that they want to get across in their story. And even when they finish talking, ask them, is there anything else that you want to add? What else is going on for you? Get the complete picture. Let them talk it out, knowing that you are a safe and trusting space where they can do that. And then respond according to what they're looking for. Maybe it's empathy, or maybe you double check again and say, okay, so you said that you'd like my advice. Is that still where you're at? Okay, great, absolutely. Here's what I have to say. And then share it from your perspective, but also letting go of an expectation that they should take your advice. Feedback is a gift that we can choose to open or not. So just because they've said they would like your advice doesn't mean that they have to take your advice. Or perhaps they only take part of your advice. Or maybe they misconstrue your advice completely and go in a different direction. Or they dislike your advice and do something else. You need to let go of your desire to fix everyone else's problems. Let people be. And allow yourself to learn from your mistakes. And allow yourself to give your loved ones the freedom to learn from theirs. Thank you for tuning in to this episode of the Redo You podcast. Remember to subscribe, rate, and review, and tell a friend, because together we rise even higher. See you next Friday.